What's going on, everybody? So I want to debunk a common myth about 35s and a level yet again. So I made a video a little while back about 35s and a level, and I felt like I wasn't exactly clear. There was some misconception and some confusion. So I'm going to make this video to clear all the confusion up and break down everything that you need to do to achieve 35s and a level and have virtually no rub. So a common leveling kit is the Rough Country 2-inch loaded strut. That is a super common leveling kit, and yes, 35s and that leveling kit, that 2-inch leveling kit will absolutely work. If you are on a stock wheel, you're going to need a spacer, probably like a 1-inch to a 1.5-inch spacer, just so that your tires don't rub on the control arm. So let me spin around here. So normally there's a black plastic spat here. So if you are running that 2-inch level 35s and stock wheels, you're definitely going to have to take that off. If you take that off, you should have absolutely no rub or extremely minimal rub on the inside lip. Trying to get my camera in here. Somewhere in this area, you might have a little bit of rub. That can be fixed by just pulling that liner back like I have it. Hopefully you can make it out. So that is the first leveling kit. If you have offset wheels like I have here, 20x10s, -19, -18, -20 offset, and a 35 on a 2-inch level, I don't think you're going to be able to clear 35s on that 2-inch level. With that said, if you run an offset wheel and maybe a 285/65 or even a 295/60, I don't think you're going to have a problem with rubbing. So 35s and a stock wheel with a spacer on a 2-inch level, you should have zero problems with rubbing if you take this black plastic spat off. So moving on to a 2.5-inch level or a 2.6-inch, which is what I have. I've got the Bilstein set to max height. Offset wheels, like I just said, 20x10s, -19, and a 35x12.5 Nitto. I have zero rubbing and I have mud flaps. So what I had to do to achieve that is take this black plastic spat off if you have mud flaps. If you don't have mud flaps, you can absolutely leave that black plastic spat on, but you're gonna have to cut it. So that black plastic spat pretty much goes to about here. You're gonna have to cut it straight down. Right through, there's a 4th hole right here where a Christmas tree clip goes into. You're just gonna cut that right along that hole straight down, and you should have zero rubbing. I know I didn't have any rubbing once I did that. If you want to take it completely off, you certainly can do that. I like to leave it on just for some added protection, although with the offset it really didn't add much protection, so I ended up getting the RecGen mud flaps, and I had to do the same thing with those. I had to cut it straight down and go over a little bit to prevent rubbing. So when I have it cut like that, I have no rubbing at all. It's just what you have to do. So 2.5-inch and up, you can absolutely run 35s with pretty much zero rubbing. For your daily driving, you should have zero rubbing. I know I don't. Pulling in and out of parking spots, just your normal everyday driving, there should be no rubbing. When I do encounter a little bit of rubbing is when it's extremely uneven terrain and the wheel is fully turned. I get the slightest bit of rub right on this part of the flap right here, ever so slightly. And it's hit or miss. Sometimes it doesn't even rub. Sometimes it rubs extremely minimal. If you don't have this, you will have zero rubbing. Bottom line, you're gonna have zero rubbing on a 2.5-inch and up leveling kit with 35s and an offset wheel or OEM wheel. So hopefully this clears up some misconception and some confusion, and hopefully it helps you guys decide on what wheel and tire size to go with. Like I said, if you have a level, I think 35s are a must. It looks so good, fills the gaps really nicely. So again, hopefully this helps you guys. If you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments, and that's going to do it for this video.